Talking to Ryan Leaf, the former NFL quarterback. He'll be working for Westwood One. It'll be the Packers-Bears Saturday, Broncos-Chiefs on Christmas night, and the FCS national title game January 5th, all on Westwood One. Packers without Micah Parsons. What do the Bears do to take advantage of that?
Okay, so this is something that I've been looking at all week long in terms of what I think it may do is it may confuse the Bears and Caleb a little bit more early in the game because with Micah Parsons, they have not brought blitzes. They've rushed 4 guys. So if you go look at the blitz tape this week to prepare, if Caleb Williams has got his blitz cut up, it may not have many plays on it because they just haven't been bringing a lot of pressure because they've been able to get it with Micah Parsons. And if he gets double teamed, the 3 other guys have been doing the work. So I think early on, as long as they don't make any mistakes like turning it over and use that time on the sideline to see where they're bringing McDuffie or they're bringing Quay Walker or even, Evan Williams from the back end if he's able to go, those types of pressures on the tablet's going to be a huge thing to see where they're coming from. They have to find a way to get pressure on him somehow. And they're not going to be able to do it without the most pressurized defensive edge rusher this year in the NFL.
Who's the better quarterback in this game?
I think Jordan Love, just simply because he's got more experience. He doesn't make the big mistake necessarily as much as Caleb does. But I will say this. Caleb Williams, for me, is a bit of a throwback. And in that, he's not doing what everybody else does in this NFL, where the ball is thrown within -2.5 and +2.5 of the line of scrimmage. That's why completion percentages are so high, and he's around 58% because he goes down the field at an average of around 7 to 10 yards per attempt down the field.
And that's old school percentages for a lot of quarterbacks.
20 years ago, when Drew Bledsoe and I were playing and things like that, we were attempting to throw the ball down the field a lot more, and that means our completion percentages were much lower. Now they're up in the 70s, low 70s, and if you're not, you're looked at as what's wrong with you type of mentality. And so Caleb Williams for me is a bit of a throwback, a bit of a guy that is going to take some more chances down the field. And it should be interesting and fascinating over the next 3 weeks because it's not like they play, teams they should walk through. They got the Packers, they go out to play the 49ers on the road, and then they have the Lions to finish the season. So this Chicago Bears team, as good as they've been, I think anybody who's watched them and understands them, they could look and say, this team could be 10-7 when it's all said and done. These 3 games are really important. Is Ben Johnson the guy that gets them through the adversity, the things like that? Is Micah Parsons that big of a miss that the Bears are the better team and win the division and stuff? So these 3 weeks are going to tell you a lot about who the Chicago Bears are, what Caleb Williams is capable of doing, and how much Ben Johnson places at his feet to work.